I am the Queen of Zandalar, and a queen kneels to no one.
They should use their minds to save the world, instead of devising ways to tear it apart.
No. Not while the Black Moon still cries out for vengeance. Not until the Horde has answered for its treachery.
The war is serving its purpose. Stay focused on the endgame. You know what is to come.
The two essential weapons of an adventurer. A bottle of good gin and a jar of tasty jam. This is Girls Gone WoW!
Hello, you're listening to Girls Gone WoW show 683, recorded on Sunday the 19th of April 2026. I'm your host EJ, and with me I have my lovely co-host Raven. How are you this week, my love?
Yeah. It's been really busy, and today's been really busy, and next week's going to be really busy, and my cat's moonlighting as a ghost. Sorry about that. Anybody who's watching on the VOD, that camera in that room is not functioning particularly well, but it's giving her this weird, it keeps like greying out everything apart from her a little bit. It's quite atmospheric.
I'm liking the spooky aspect of it.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I need to try and get another cable for it. But yeah, it's been a very full-on week, and work has had some new challenges have entered the arena in an unexpected way. Hooray. Which is always delightful. We love that. Yes. So yeah, I'm alright. How are you?
Yeah. Work has been just been one of those weeks where everyone has just been a little bit special. Nothing has been straightforward. You see something on the list and you're like, oh, I'll just do that one now before I go and do something. And then the thing that you thought was going to be straightforward is not straightforward. It's just been a big long week of that. So, but yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything exciting that's been happening to me right now. I think I'm slightly less nauseous. So
hey, that is exciting.
Yeah, slightly less nauseous. So hooray for slightly less nauseous. Long may it continue to not being nauseous at all. That's what I would prefer.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. We are delighted to be joined this week by our lovely friend Bayneeon. Hello, Bayneeon. How are you?
Hello, folks. Yes, it's in my quarterly meeting.
Yes, hello.
I feel like I've been called in for a review, about your work.
We're not gonna give you a little like scores out of 10 or anything. You'll be right.
If they go that low.
What's going on in the world of Bayneeon? How's life, my friend?
Very busy. The charity shop is. We are taking double our normal money and double the amount of donations as well. Which for a little shop is not easy when you've only got a small number of staff.
Absolutely. But it's good to hear about the income, because the charity sector, being something that Raven and I both know quite a lot about, has been having a tough time. So that's really good to hear that you're having such a good experience at the moment.
Yeah,
I think the change of season may have helped there. Coming the spring-summer season coming in.
I had auditors in this week, and one of the things that they have to do is compare like the things that you told them last year to the things that you tell them this year, and explain any kind of big variances between any of the numbers. And so when we got to like the income bit, he was like, "Right, now we need to talk about income," and I was like, "Well, there's less of it this year," and he was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, there is less of it this year." Like, yep, it's quite less of it this year. It's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Bayneeon has joined us to have a little chat about our topic of the week, which we will get to shortly. But first of all, as ever, what's interesting this week? Well, interesting times. Oh, everybody loves it when I tell you about this. There's going to be a new Murloc plushie Twitch drop. You remember those 40-odd colour variations of the Murloc plushie I told you about
Plowing
a couple
through
of weeks
them,
ago?
yep.
Yeah. So the new one's coming. It's a sort of grey, pinky, pearlescent appearance. It's called the Cuddly Pearl Gurgle.
Yeah, it doesn't look very clean.
So you know the drill.
It looks like this Murgle looks like it needs a little bath. It just looks a bit sort of...
Either that or he needs his colour saturation turning up slightly.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
But yes, so you know the drill. Watch 4 hours of any WoW content streamer who has drops enabled from April the 23rd, so that's this week, at 3 p.m. Pacific, until May the 21st at 3 p.m. Pacific, to claim the Cuddly Pearl Gurgle housing decor item.
Sorry, I'm just typing something in the chat room, which I shouldn't be doing whilst I'm recording. It's competition time! We have a giveaway! Thank you very much to Blizzard for letting us be part of the WoW Ambassador Program. And because we are part of the WoW Ambassador Program, the Discord has 5... it comes to
many?
Yeah, it comes to something.
I was about to do that, and I was like, no, that's 10, EJ.
Yeah.
5.
It's all right.
The worrying thing is, who's the one that deals with figures all day?
I know. Yeah, sorry.
I don't do figures.
The actual chartered accountant just couldn't work out how many fingers that was for a moment there, so that's good. Yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Thunder Ridged Elec mounts to give away. They're sort of bluey purple Elec mount. They've got quite a lot of armor and stuff on them. The patch goes live on Wednesday the 22nd here in the EU, and you have between now and then enough time to go to our Discord, bit.ly/ggw-discord, and click on the little icon underneath the in the announcements channel for the bot, and if the bot likes you, it'll put you in the giveaway. The bot is a little bit flaky, so just click until it tells you that it's done the thing it's supposed to do. It sort of, yeah, I might need to find a new one for next time, but it's easier than trying to run it myself. So, yeah, you've got until Wednesday 7:15-ish UK time, 3 days to go and enter the competition. And then we will draw that on Wednesday evening, and probably EJ will send you some codes, since I don't have the codes because EJ's got them. Yeah.
I'm very impressed, though. The way Blizzard's been, I thought it was going to be a rival Murloc.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you enter the competition, do make sure that your DMs on Discord are open, because that is how I shall ping you.
Yes, we'll deal with that closer to the time.
Absolutely. So, there was other interesting news of the week, but it was all related to the topic, so we'll just head straight there. So, unexpected by most of us, patch 12.0.5 is coming this week. So what's coming? We asked you, are you excited about it? Are you ready, or is it too soon? So in traditional form, we're going to tell you, now this used to be my section where I used to tell Raven what's happening, but Raven is up to date and understands what's happening, so this is us sharing with you all the stuff that is coming. Sorry, I've got a new fidget toy and it's really pleasing.
Oh dear.
I was just looking at it going, I'm having so much fun with this. Right, okay. Pay attention, EJ. So, patch 12.0.5 Lingering Shadows. Ooh, mysterious and probably voidy. Yes, it is. So, there's going to be a new world content event called Void Assaults. Void strike assaults in either Eversong Woods or Zolaman on a weekly rotation. These are continuous assaults that move across the zone, with a new assault beginning in a new bit of the zone as soon as one ends somewhere. When enough strikes have damaged the zone, a void incursion happens, which are large scenarios requiring more players to complete. Basically, you remember the pre-patch event that seemed really weird and like we didn't quite understand why it was happening? It's that in a more sensible setting.
Yeah, it's also very similar to everything that usually happens in a 0.5 patch, to be honest. There's usually some kind of kill lots of little things until a big thing turns up. This is that you kill a lot of little things till a big thing turns up. There's also a new world content event, Ritual Sites. These are tiered scenarios for 1 to 5 players, taking on the Naga at Daggerspine Point in Eversong Woods, or the Twilight Cultists at the Broken Throne in Zolaman. It's sort of like an outdoor delve, sort of.
Yeah.
You interact with a curious obelisk to choose your difficulty and the challenges you want to face. This is a sort of tiered system, so you have to do tier 1 before you can do tier 2, before you can do tier 3, before you can do tier 4. It goes up to tier 5. And as you go up the tiers, you will also need to choose additional challenges to face that make it harder, and those challenges are like debuffs or like harder hitting mobs or
debuffs and like movement things.
Yeah, movement
and,
things. They're sort of
the usual sort of
mythic
like,
plus
affixes.
old-fashioned affixy type things.
Yeah, it's affixes, but you choose them rather than telling you what it's going to be.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yes. Although obviously once you get to the highest one, I think you have to have basically everything up. Progress through the tiers and the 8 ranks of renown to face greater challenges and earn better rewards. You'll be able to track how well you're doing via spoils and death score. First 2 deaths do not affect your final spoils. Every death after that reduces your spoils up to 5%, up to a max of 50%. They can also drop the highest level world tier gear. So it's just sort of, it's like an outdoor delve thing, and you can do it or not as you want.
But no Valera.
No Valera, no.
No, she's not coming with us.
No, she's too busy shouting at everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah. So both of these events will count for the world content track of the Great Vault and reward a new currency called Field Accolades, which can be spent on champion and heroic quality gear and rewards, including a new Tier 2 armor Void recolor, matching weapons, 2 mounts and 3 pets. Yes, because as the chat room says, we love currencies.
Oh, yeah, I did audibly sigh when I got to this bit in the Talius and Evertel video yesterday.
The armour is contained in caches, which are randomised by armour slot, and following strong feedback from the PTR, the cost of the caches has been greatly reduced, so they now cost 5 field accolade tokens and 150 marl each. They were 100 field accolade tokens initially, and everyone was like, no.
Are you having a giraffe? No.
Yeah. So just to give you a sort of idea, completing a Void Strike drops approximately 8 accolade tokens and takes about 5 minutes to complete. A tier 5 ritual site with all your challenge is enabled can drop up to approximately 120 tokens and takes about 15 minutes. So, some idea of scale about how long these things might take you.
Decimus has been building a thing. He's been sending us out on that random quest to go get him some stuff.
It was just really confusing because, I'm like, why am I doing this? I just totally didn't get it.
No.
What is this bar filling up and why?
What is this thing? Why are we doing this? I don't know. He's also been asking me for quite a lot of crafting orders, so I assume that all of the potions that I've been crafting for him are also something to do with this thing. Anyway, he's building a Void Forge.
Of course he is. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine, right? We're happy to give Decimus a Void Forge. That nothing could possibly go wrong. It takes 6 weekly quests to do it, starting with a quest called Building the Void Forge, which if we'd remembered about that, we might have known that was what we were doing, but you probably, like most of us, been doing this without really remembering that you're doing it. You just pop over to go and see Decimus, and he's like, please, can you get me 3 things? And you're like, sure. And the 3 things drop whilst you're doing other things, so you just go and give them back to him. Once you've completed it, you can purchase Nebulous Void Cores to use for bonus rolls.
That sounds even more friendly,
Sounds
doesn't
fine.
it? This is just getting better.
Sounds totally fine. You can use them for bonus rolls in Raids, Mythic Plus, Bountiful Delves, and Nightmare Prey Hunts. You'll receive a random item appropriate for your loot spec from the activity, and any item received this way will be removed from the loot pool until you have received all the eligible items per difficulty. So this is quite good, because that means you can only get everything once. The cost for the Void Cores will be gold, Voidlight Marl or Veteran Dawn Crests. The total available to purchase each character will increase by 2 each week or for the rest of the season. And raid rewards will require 2 of them because raids are more hardcore, whereas other things will require 1. So, yeah, we've given Decimus... Like, Decimus is paying us off. He's buying us off with gear, having helped him build a Void Forge, which we assume he has only done for our benefit. I'm sure it's fine.
He's got no ulterior motives whatsoever.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
No, he's a benefactor void personage. Yes.
So basically, this is the old bonus coins from Pandaria, but...
Yeah. But reimagined and with Decimus in the middle of them, so I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah.
And in the chat, and I love you.
Ah, that's brilliant.
It's like having a sugar daddy, but he's a void daddy.
I'm sure it's fine.
That is brilliant. Oh, now we come on to the best bit, though. The next one is brilliant.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I'll compose myself. Once the Void Forge is built, we're then going to help him craft the Ascendant Nile Hammer. Again.
Sounds fine.
These names.
Sounds fine.
Which can be used to upgrade maximum level hero, myth, or crafted weapons and trinkets with Ascendant Void Cores, which will drop from Season 1 endgame content, including raids, Mythic Plus, Bountiful Delves, and Nightmare Prey Hunts. Only fully upgraded items are eligible to become Ascendant Void Forge. With all these upgrades, is Decimus really up to?
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah.
They're really trying to get us high level gear, though. If you think the rituals and that you're going to be able to buy heroic gear, and then Decimus can upgrade that further.
Yeah, this seems like quite early on in an expansion to be getting this level of goodies, and I'm excited about it, but I'm also just a little bit nervous about what that means that we're going to be facing, that we need all this power up.
Well,
what is coming in patch 12.1?
Well, it's probably not for the next item on the list. So this is your slightly random interjection. There is a new casual, non-lethal PvP event. It's a decor duel. Set in the map for Silvermoon's Falcon Wings Square, and available for characters 81 to 90. Join a 6-person team to either disguise yourself as housing decor and hide, or seek players who are hidden. Rewards include a Void Bee mount, and it's a very good mount. It is a bee.
Beautiful.
Basically, this is they've been making mounts especially for EJ, and this is like like EJ's bee mount. It's like the bee mount, but it's EJ's colours. There's also toys and decor and other stuff, and you obviously need to purchase these things using the illusory coins, which you can only purchase by doing this thing. FYI,
Because another currency.
FYI, this event lives on your PvP menu. So, if you don't do PvP, you'll need to find where your PvP menu is. It's probably with your other menu. I don't know, I haven't checked. It's probably grouped up with all the other menus.
It's halfway between dungeons and raids, isn't it?
Yeah, it's under the
no idea.
It's on the group finder button, and it's a section that says PvP. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yes, this mount is beautiful.
Oh, good
and I've
grief.
watched
Chat room. No more bee puns.
I've watched some footage from Mr. GM pretending to be like a stall and things like that, and it just looks like ridiculously silly. So I look forward to perhaps GGW having their first ever PvP event, because we all decide to go together and do some decor, Julian, because that sounds brilliant.
My favourite thing about Torghast, and there's not a lot of favourite things to say about Torghast, but my favourite thing about Torghast was that there was one kind of random occurrence that could happen where you got turned into a chair. And I really loved it. I loved it when I was like, I hit something and then I got turned into furniture, or the thing got turned into furniture, and it was just like this furniture everywhere. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah. So another event.
Yes,
another event that we're probably not going to need to level everything up for. It's called the Abyss Anglers. So, held off the coast of Zulaman, you don a diving suit, grab a spear gun, and attempt to spear as many fishes as you can, catch creatures, and discover treasures, all while managing your oxygen to stay underwater.
Oh no, I've just ruined the chat room.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, what Marie's just said. If you're making an admin, all of us are going to have to behave, because any puns, we're gone.
So zip through whirlpools, upgrade your dive gear to manage longer, faster and deeper dives. You'll be able to team up with other people to take down mythic and legendary creatures to earn more rewards and achievements. Completing dives will award another currency called Angler Pearls, which is used to purchase the upgrades for the diving gear, cosmetic items and housing decor from depth diver Jeju, who will have an introductory quest who's going to teach you how to go diving. Wowhead had a really lovely big article about it. I'm going to put links to lots of good Wowhead articles, thank you Wowhead, in our show notes.
You do realise that means that every new piece of thing that's coming in has got a separate currency?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because we love currencies, don't we?
Yes.
Although, I have to say, I'd much rather they gave me a new currency than it be yet another thing I would have to use Marl on. Because there's already a lot of things that I want to spend my Marl on anyway. So, in that way, I'm grateful.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? We haven't finished this list yet. There's still more stuff. Only 2 more things, happily. We're nearly there. Mythic Plus is getting a new feature. Lindormi's Glow. Intended to help... Is this not in already? Intended to help tanks route through Mythic Plus dungeons in the way that... in the way that Lindormi's Guidance already does. Okay. Guidance is seen in Mythic Plus 2 to 5. It highlights enough mobs to complete the enemy forces requirement whilst also reducing the target's health and damage by 5%. Tanks will be able to select the new feature or disable it again by speaking to Lindormi, who's near the Time Waste portal or at the end of a Keystone dungeon. But it will just be to help with routing. It won't tell you how many mobs you need for the forces requirement. Okay, I hadn't realised... so the Lindormi's Guidance is like super helpful. We've been doing some Mythic Plus, and it's just super helpful. Like there's a whole load of highlighted mobs. You know, like if you hit these ones, you'll hit cap. Hooray!
Which I think is a great. I think it's a great way. Because I like everybody's used an add-on for this for such a long time. So actually, just putting it in the game, great. 2 thumbs up.
So it's pretty much if you're doing a quest that tells you to kill so many mobs, and you get that little circle around their feet. This is near enough the equivalent, really, isn't it? Except their whole body glows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I hope that it will help people who are perhaps newer to tanking and who are worried about people getting a bit arsy about the route and what they should be pulling. Hopefully this will give them enough of a guide in the early Mythic Pluses, so by the time they get to the bigger keys, they already know what route they want because they've now run it several times.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not going to stop Colin pulling everything anyway.
No, it was really helpful when we were... So we've been doing a little bit of Mythic Plus in dungeons that we've not seen in years and years and years and years and years. And it was super helpful to just be able to kind of understand where we're supposed to be going and what we're supposed to be doing. Or at least the guidance version of it was. So I think this is a great plan. EJ, you are frozen for me.
Yep, same here.
Uh-oh. Oh. It's possible that EJ's husband is raiding, so he might have stolen all of the internet.
Yeah, EJ's been ice blocked.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm just going to read this then. Final update. Housing sees decor links in chat opening the decor catalogue. New budget icons for upgrades, a friendlier message when you try to enter a house you're not allowed in, so it sort of says something other than fuck off, you're not wanted here. I
don't know, that'd be more fun, actually.
Yeah, maybe. Some new tutorial help for switching endeavours, in addition to many new items to collect. Transmog sees new options for weapons sheathing, and actually I did think this was amazing, including being able to hide weapons that are sheathed. Oh, hello, EJ.
Welcome back.
There's new weather and time of day situations and UI updates in all of this stuff. There's also some healing changes and some other kind of bits and pieces. Being able to sheath your weapons how you want them. So you can choose to have your weapon not displayed when you're just running around the town. You can choose to have it at your side if it's like a dagger, which is what a lot of them do at the moment. Or you can choose to have it on your back. Which looks pretty rad, actually. It's pretty good.
So, having to do it so you don't have them showing in your house, because, you've set up like a nice comfy, like you're in your pyjamas. As soon as you walk in your house and you've got a battle axe in your arm. It's...
Yeah. No, it's nice to not be able to display them at all. And there's some new situations. So you can have like a supper time outfit. You can have like a morning or a lunchtime or an afternoon or an evening outfit. And you can have weather specific outfits for like rain and snow and sandstorms.
Sand.
So now we've got a use for the wellies and the sou'westers.
Yes. Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool.
This is actually the transmog change that's going to get me to actually start setting up some more transmogs, because I was like, oh, brilliant. And also, after 20 years of having to keybind sheathing and unsheathing my weapon, I have to say, I can't explain how excited I am by that news. It's just amazing. Thank you, Blizzard. I'm very, very pleased. And thank you for taking over when our internet decided that it had a
it just seemed you had a little internet hiccup over there.
Yeah, we thought it ice blocked you because you suddenly stopped.
Yeah.
So now that we've gone through everything that's coming, Raven, Bayneeon, how are you feeling about the changes?
I mean, I just feel like it's really early for a patch, but then I'm on average 2 weeks behind everybody else, and as I often am. So whenever a patch happens, I'm like, well, this is too early because I'm barely done. Most of the things in this patch are pretty optional. I don't think there's anything. I mean, there are things in here that have got options, like have got player power behind them for sure. There are things that will give you upgrades to your gear. But if you aren't at the top of your gearing curve already, well, probably you can just carry on doing what you're doing then, can't you, really? So I don't know. I mean, I don't think I need a void assault thing. I don't like these kill all the little things and then wait for the big thing to happen. It's a bit boring, and we do it all the time. The ritual sites sound a bit interesting. I love a delve, but it also it puts me off a little bit that there's a whole like new currency and a whole set of like different rewards and a whole set of like it's the trouble with everything having its own currency is that you spoil the sort of dip in dip out kind of like thing, because if everything just gave you void like Marl, you'd be like, oh well, I can maybe I've got a weekly cap of void like Marl and I can do whatever of these things I want to do to go and get some void like Marl. And obviously once you have everything having its own currency, then you have to do that thing, which I feel is a bit of a problem. But equally I hear what you're saying about like, well, but I've got lots of things I already want to spend my Marl on, so having other currencies, I mean, you just have to increase the drop rate of the Marl.
Yeah, it was like the resonance crystals in the last one.
Yeah.
You know, that one was similar concept, wasn't it?
Yeah. I just, I mean, I'm not super into the collecting side of things anymore, so I think most of these won't bother me too much. But hey, if they're fun, I'll do them for a bit. The Decor Duel does sound like fun, and I think we can.
I will be trying it at least once. To see
and I wonder, like obviously you could join as a 6. What would be really cool is if you could join as a 12.
And then split into.
Yeah.
But I don't think that will be. I don't think that will be possible because that's not something it's not something that Blizzard have given us previously. But like with all the PvP, it would be great if you could take in both teams and play against each other.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be good? That would be so good.
Yeah.
I still think that's going to be hilarious. You know, six of you on like Discord or some sort of voice chat. Like charging around, either like, oh god, I think that thing's like, I think like somebody's disguised as a whatever, or it's like, shh, I'm hiding behind this thing.
Did that bowl just move?
Yeah.
No, I think it's gonna. I do think it's gonna be good fun. I do think it's gonna be good fun.
The only thing I'm interested in on an Altaholic side here is this going to have increased warband drops, because I've noticed it's. In the last expansion, there was warband items dropping left, right, and centre in veteran quality. At the moment now, everything seems to be... It's dropping from bosses, but it's adventurer. So you're not getting much veteran or above drops. I mean, I think the world bosses are dropping champion. Your standard rares are dropping adventurer, which is no good if you're trying to gear up some alts with tier set, because you've got to have at least veteran gear for that. And when you've got a small army like I might have, and I know a few others have got, those warband drops were really useful to help you get the gear there. And I have noticed they've been really low on the ground in this content. In fact, the only place I'm seeing veteran gear dropping is warband is at the end of delves.
I suspect we are still too early in the expansion for that.
Yeah.
I think at this point, your alts should be going into adventure gear.
Yeah.
And actually, once you've got adventure gear, it's very quick to then get veteran and that. So I suspect because we're only 6 weeks into the expansion, I suspect if this was the 0.5, like 12.1.5 patch, yes, I think that would be a thing. But I think it's too early.
Yeah. In War Within, I've got a character from each class, and by the end of season 1, every single one of them had at least a complete set of LFR quality gear, mostly from Warband. And I've noticed the vendors as well. In War Within, by about halfway through your renown track, you'd unlocked a veteran piece from each vendor, and then there was a champion piece at the end. It's all adventuring gear as well. So they are trying to limit the power level of characters with regards to that. You can't just go in and buy veteran pieces. However, this new content they're bringing in, you can do champion and heroic. So it's almost as they're going, we won't give you veteran. Tell you what, let's give you the best quality gear instead. So it is. I'm only going by an Altaholic one here, where obviously I'm trying to sort of like gear up multiple characters in one go.
I certainly feel. So I've just hit earlier today. I just hit my 5th character at level cap, and I took her straight to my war bank, and I managed to deck her out, and she's in. So as soon as she hit level 90, I managed to get her a piece of armor for each slot, and she's like late 220s.
Yeah.
So considering she's only just hit level 90, I don't think that's bad. I also think that in the last week or two, I have seen more veteran gear starting to drop from things like delves and that for me. So I suspect it maybe there's some tie-in to what I'm pushing and what item level my character's pushing. But I see what you're saying, because everything in my bank was, everything that was dropping and then going into the bank was blue. I've started in the last week and a half to get a bunch of purples going in there. So I think there's probably there's probably some very clever algorithm that we're unaware of. But again, like I said, we're only 6 weeks in, so I'm not particularly worried about that right this second.
Yeah. That's just me. That's just me being a completionist and want to have one of it, a complete set of armor from the raid for each class. That's just me being
and I mean,
my OCD kicking in.
As you push your delves higher up, you're going to get better, like, warband gear dropping out of them. So if you're regularly doing 8s, then you'll start seeing that sort of stuff. I think.
Oh, what? My main character is half champion, half heroic gear already.
Very nice. How about the fishing? How are we thinking? What are we feeling about the fishing, the diving and the fishing and the?
I mean, it's nice that it's there for people who want to do that. Yeah. People who are probably not me.
There's already lots to do.
Yeah. And I don't mind.
It's not my kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't mind these like 0.5 patches coming in with this optional content.
No,
I like the fact
that
they're like, okay, if you haven't got anything to do you fancy doing this? This might be a bit fun and a bit silly, a bit entertaining. And if that's not your cup of tea, that's fine. You're not gonna miss out. It's fine if you skip over this.
Yeah.
And I feel that these are more exciting than something like the Siren Isle was.
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah, completely. And it's all very skippable stuff, right? If you don't want to engage with any of this, well, fine, you don't need to engage with any of it. Whereas those sort of Siren Isle type thing, I mean, even, like, I had to do a little bit of it, even though I basically skipped that whole section of that expansion. And then there was a lot of achievements, a lot of other stuff kind of linked to it. It's less optional when you do it like that. Whereas this feels genuinely like optional content. Do it if you want to, don't do it if you don't want to.
I think what's good with it is you go through, like, I've done my delves for the week, I've done my abundance for the week, I've done my soiree, and then you're finding I'm halfway through the week, what else have I got to do? This is when this thing comes in.
And I could go and boot up David the Diver, or I could go do Dave the Diver, but it's Dave the Diver, isn't it? Basically, this is like, there was a very popular.
You know what? I hadn't even made that connection.
Okay, there was a very popular game that was quite viral in some circles, and they've just brought it into WoW. That's what they've done.
Yeah, it's certainly one part of Dave. Yes, I don't think we're going to be.
I mean, nobody's as yet suggested that we open a sushi restaurant, but maybe that'll be patch 12.1. Who knows?
There we go.
Hey, we're already filleting the fish.
Oh so. Yeah. I mean, the sushi restaurant is like, whew, there you go. I mean, 12.1 sushi is here. Yeah.
I can see the Tortolans getting involved with that.
Totally. I hate sushi.
I don't mind a veggie sushi, apart from the fact that they do insist on trying to put avocado in it always, and I hate avocado.
No, I don't. I don't like the taste of seaweed. The taste of seaweed literally makes me gag.
That I didn't know about you, and I should file that away as important knowledge. I feel I should know that.
I do not do seaweed, so I do not do even vegan sushi. I just cannot. The taste of seaweed feels too much like the taste of fish, and it just makes me want to vomit. I can't do it.
So that sushi and certain Welsh recipes are out the window for you. Lava bread.
I don't think I know what lava bread is.
It's got seaweed in it.
Oh, well, then I won't like it. So, yeah, that's fine. That's
exactly.
fine.
As I said, certain Welsh recipes are out the window.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything with seafood. I'm not into seaweed. I'm not into anything that tastes like it might have come out of the sea. There you
go. So I'm. What I like about what I do. I mean, I think this is all fine. I'm not. I don't feel like this is. Well, maybe I was a little bit like, what? We're having a patch already. Having now seen what's happening in it. Like, I think the ritual sites sound like fun. That sounds like, oh, you like delves? Here's something that's like delves, but without Valera. I'm like, great, lovely, like that, like the challenge, sounds good. I mean, I will go and like do the void strikes probably a little bit, just to sort of see what it's like. I like the fact that I don't have to worry about Decimus's, hold on, what did they call it? His Ascendant Nile Hammer until I upgrade all of my gear. I like the fact that it's there and it's going to be like happening in the background, but actually it's not relevant for me straight away. I don't have to worry about it, and there's nobody pushing me to be worried about it. And coincidentally, I've already been helping him build a Void Forge without actually realising that's what I was helping him doing, because I had so many quests, I hadn't read the title. I was
exactly.
you want me
to do a thing? It
Okay,
just says
I'm gonna do a thing
element. The weekly quest is just called something like Elementary Void Cores. Like, sure,
Yeah.
I'll go find you a thing from the. Sure, whatever.
You know, and there's a big purple triangle on my map that I want to get rid of, so I pick the quest up, and I always do at least 3 delves a week, so that's easily done.
And actually, the raid bosses drop them as well, so just doing what we did Thursday
Yeah, that's
night,
true. Thursday night we got all of our void cores.
Yeah, exactly. So initially I was a little bit like, oh my god, and now I've seen it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can engage with this as much as I fancy. Great.
The only thing I
give
will
everything
see
a go once.
Sorry. The only thing I will see with this is it's probably going to be do it till you bought everything you want, and then you probably never do it again.
Yeah, probably.
And actually,
I mean,
that's one thing where
that's a 0.5 patch, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing about having extra currencies is, for somebody who does like collecting things, I can either go to the vendor or I'll go to Wowhead, and I'll find the helpful article that says to get everything from this vendor you'll need X number of this token, and then I can be like, okay, that's my new goal, and I can just set that as a goal, which feels a little bit more, for my brain, feels more achievable than using a currency I've already got. When I'm already going, okay, I know I've got a lot of Marl, but I've got about 20 vendors that I'm very carefully buying things off when I feel like I deserve a treat. So I do something and I'm like, I deserve a treat, and I go and buy myself a piece of housing decor, or I go and buy a pet or a mount or something like that. And the idea that I'm not going to have so many other things that might be trying to, like, even if they were dropping more Marl in more places, I don't need another bundle of things going into that sort of, like, pile. So that's why I don't mind. And I don't mind. And as long as it's a currency tab.
Yes.
I haven't seen anybody complaining that, so I presume they are.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the chat room is now having a really big conversation about sushi.
Detailed sushi conversation going on in the chat room. Should we hear what Salmus has got to say about this topic?
Yes, absolutely.
This is Salmus reporting in for this week's topic, when the clock strikes 12.0.5. This coming patch is arriving with a bunch of small, fun interface improvements and welcome customization options that, low-key, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy. If there is any new story, I'm guessing it will be around the Void Assault and Ritual Site events. I hope that these will provide some fun gameplay and options to progress. If they don't, at least their inclusion won't hurt the game, much like that eminently forgettable event in Hallowfall. I feel like it may be a while before the Void Forge becomes useful for me as a tool for progression or a catch-up, but I want to look at it and to see. If it also provides an avenue for meaningful interactions with Decimus, all the better. Abyss Anglers and Decor Duels seem like fun optional activities. Unless there are transmog or decor rewards, then they will be absolutely mandatory. Anglers looks like something I may explore alone. Duels is something that apparently needs a group to form 2 teams. I'll be curious to see if this is something I can queue for, but I know it will be a blast when in a group of friends on voice chat. All in all, after the patch arrives, I feel I'll still be mainly interacting with the core expansion systems and stories, but this adds some fun things to check out later when the pace starts to slow. If the pace ever starts to slow. Selma's out.
Yeah, I guess that's my concern, really. There are whole sections of Dragonflight and War Within that I didn't do because stuff happened too quickly. Like, I never did Ian's Fringe. I don't know what happened to Ian's Fringe.
I mean, you didn't miss anything.
No, but
honestly.
But it is a bit like there's whole sections of the game that I don't even get to because it's just I'm over here doing the core game thing, right? So yeah, well, I do have a slight concern, but I think it's fine. It's probably fine. It's probably fine, right?
Rack says, I'm genuinely torn on this one. I don't think there is really anything I'm too excited for in it. Maybe the fishing thing? The cadence of WoW in general is getting faster and faster, which for me, in the way I really want to play this game, is too fast. Also, I see the thing like the new 3.4k achievement and flex mythic raiding coming in the 0.7 patch potentially baiting me into playing this game more than I really want to. I suspect I'll probably make the climb on both, but getting there will likely bring me more relief than pride. I guess we'll see. Where I'm really torn is knowing that this game isn't just for me, that there are many people who are truly done with the current content and anxious for more. I'm happy for those people and that they'll have plenty of fun to dive into next week. I just need to make peace with FOMO and enjoy the game at my own pace. Absolutely, always play this game at your own pace.
And yes, and I do understand that I play the game quite slowly these days because I have this job thing that apparently I have to do a job in order for people to give me money so that I can pay my mortgage and stuff.
Goods and services.
Yeah, it's really tedious.
Pay for your subscription. Yeah.
Well, and pay and pay somebody to feed my pony. Like,
rude.
It's very rude.
First world problems.
Yeah, first world problems. I have to have a job, and the job means that I have to be working like all of the time that I would like to be playing games in. It's really tedious. But yes, I do understand that other people are in different situations and have probably, are ready for a new patch. So, yeah, I hear you, Rack. Queen Smedry says, I'm fine with it. I've been a bit voracious with this patch and I'm ready for new content. Okay, so Queen Smedry, we're there for you. Yeah, 100%.
Bash says, I'm ready for new weekly activities to engage with, as I've already outgeared the rewards of the current weekly events like the World Boss and the gear from the Apex and Veterans caches. I'm not really likely to get too far into the new Mythic Plus incentives past regular KSM. I'm glad it's there for people that really enjoy pushing high Mythic Plus keys, but it's never been a focus of the game I've enjoyed, and sometimes have felt like the game had become too reliant on. I'm glad Delves offer an alternative and would like to see a version of Delves past 11, where one could earn similar gear to higher keys, not just the crests, and continue to challenge themselves as a solo player. The Nemesis encounter is a good one-off, but once you've done it, you've done it. I could take or leave the prop hunt event, but the only surprise that was that it was announced by how far they jumped on that trend and got it implemented in WoW. I'm actually pretty excited for the new diving experience, as it seems largely inspired by Dave the Diver, a game I enjoyed the loop of. And I'm really looking forward to the new transmog sheath options. Swords on my back at last. I can't believe, given how much Dave the Diver I have watched Johnny Chiodini play, I cannot believe my brain didn't make that leap.
I had no idea your brain hadn't made that connection, because Johnny plays it all the time. They love it.
Not at all. I've watched so much, and I love watching. And there's somebody else I've also watched playing Dave the Diver. I can't believe my brain was just like la 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 fishing. You know what it was? It was just like where my brain went was like, oh, this is the fishing event for this season.
Oh yeah.
And then I stopped. I stopped thinking about it.
Yeah, it was interesting because you just said to Marie in chat just now, no, you won't be able to do it as a as a druid in aquatic form because you've got to put your diving suit on.
And I wrote all of those notes about oxygen levels and stuff. And my brain did not. Oh dear, EJ needs a holiday or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
God. Thanks everyone.
Wow. Okay. Well, moving swiftly on, Queen of Murloc says, this is a tough one, because while I'm looking forward to more housing updates and the fishing, I feel this patch has come really early, or fast. But maybe it's because I'm a super casual player that this patch snuck up on me, huh? I'm hoping Blizzard slows it down a bit, because I really want to enjoy this expansion in a timely fashion. Queen, everybody else plays more than we do, darling. We just... we either need to we either need to give up our jobs, which I don't think we're going to do because we need them to pay stuff, or we just have to accept that this game's not being made for us anymore.
Well, bits of this game are, but they are trying to appeal to.
They're trying to appeal to everyone,
and
doing a pretty good job of it. So yeah,
absolutely. Phoenix here says, I love most of Blizzard's ideas and I'm always eager to try their strange events. That being said, a lot of their events seem fine on paper until you get in game and there's some massive bug that sucks all the fun out of the entire episode. I'm all for new content, but they're going too fast at their developers' expense, and it sucks because then everyone blames the devs, and I feel like honestly they're trying their best that they can do with impossible timetables. So new patches for me are a mixed bag. If they're ready, I say bring it on, though.
They're not bugs, they're just unforeseen features.
I mean, I'm hoping that basically I do feel like the Void Assaults are just the pre-patch event ported, so hopefully they already sorted the bugs out in that.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I hope so. There have been, like, the previous couple of, you know, the expansion launch and a few things prior have been quite buggy, so
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we fingers crossed, we hope. Oh god, don't make me.
It has been better though. At least there's less bugs than there was in Askahet. There was a lot of bugs in Askahet. Sorry, couldn't resist that.
Okay.
You realise Anne has mod powers on Discord. If
I
you
just
suddenly vanish, we'll know.
If I suddenly disappear, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anne.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pun.
Marie says, patch 12.0.5 does feel fast, but also doesn't have that much I'm interested in, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm vaguely interested in the fishing / Dave the Diver events.
You are not letting this down, EJ.
And that's about it. I couldn't see that it was bringing more story, which is basically all I'm interested in. I just literally have no idea how you missed it. It's hilarious.
No, I don't know. I've been having I had a very difficult week with my clients, and that's my only excuse right now.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling unwell.
I know.
And I've got a spooky eye.
You spooky eye. You've been very nauseous. I just yeah. So if anybody's wondering whether we read any of these notes as we're dropping them in the show notes, the answer is no. No, we don't. It's fine.
I scan them to make sure there's. I scan them to make sure, if there's
to make sure there's any really bad words or glaring spoilers.
Bad words, or like a big spoiler if we're in non-spoiler territory. But I don't read the because I like to read it as we're going.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
we get the surprise.
Reaction.
Yes,
absolutely. But yeah, I'm glad the rest of you are all much more on the ball than I have.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh dear. Okay, Ams says, who can I lobby at Blizzard to make downloading patches optional? I don't have time for a new patch or new events. I just feel like I got to the point where the feeling of being overwhelmed has started to ease. Good heavens. I know this won't apply to everyone, or be how many feel, but to me there's a fine line between relentless content and getting WoW burnt out versus constant stream of new content. I'm feeling slightly more in the former camp right now. I'd be okay with it if there were weekly diminishing returns, so each week whatever you played, you can max unlock 2,000 rep for each new faction and just play whatever you want. But WoW's never been like that. I think the game needs better pacing to allow you to feel like you can stop running older content to embrace new content. I think this patch should have been timed for average people who have leveled to 90 in week 2. being able to do the weekly content, Soiree, Abundance, Legends, that thing in Void Place, Prey. I love that AMS included Stormarian. None of us do Stormarian, but I love that you included
I did it
AMS.
this week. I did it this week.
Oh, okay. Raven did it this week.
I did it. Mostly by accident.
It's always the last thing I do.
Mostly by accident.
I've stopped doing it.
It's on my to-do list. I've installed a to-do list add-on. It's on my to-do list add-on. I did it because it was on my to-do list add-on.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've sort of stopped doing it. And being max renown before new content, I still feel like I'm about 4 or 5 weeks away across the board. AMS, if it makes you feel any better, you know that I play a lot of World of Warcraft. I only have one of the renown tracks at max, and that's the Silver Moon one. And that's obviously because you front load that with a lot of rep because of that, like the opening content and obviously all of those things. So like the other ones are probably 2 or 3 weeks away, so I'm sure you're not very far behind. AMS continues, I don't want to feel I need more weekly things to do. And I get that it's me not managing my game time, but what can I say? I'm weak and I dislike the sheer volume of things screaming for attention. I haven't even done any of the weekly quests post-campaign yet, and I'm still about 5 chains away from the Voidstorm Sojourner. So I'm the very definition of not ready. And so I'm personally not remotely feeling excited. I'm thinking, oh god, not more stuff already, and thus for me, it'll probably manifest in playing less WoW if it doesn't feel like an escape, but a chore list to work through. Although I think the hide and seek thing sounds cool. And I know it's a smallish patch with lots of non-content and just quality of life changes. I'm all for those. And it's probably a bit of an overreaction. And so the bulk of my reaction is just how I feel about the Void Assaults. I'd probably toggle those off if I had the choice.
Oh,
I'm sorry you're feeling overwhelmed, and I totally understand that feeling.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm a little bit where you are, to be honest, Ams. I'm nowhere near max renown on any of the... I think I'm at, like, 16 with Silver Moon. And that's definitely the highest that I've got. Like, I'm nowhere near. I'm nowhere near. And I agree with you. Like, I feel like this week is the first week that I've done the, like, normal end game rotation. And actually I was just sitting here thinking, oh, I didn't do all the delves I wanted to do. Like, I've not done the weekly. I selected the weekly to do the delves, and I've done 1 delve. And I might play a little bit tomorrow evening, but I'm not going to play on Tuesday because I'm going to Dublin. So yeah, I feel you. I do. I agree. But equally, I sort of understand that other people are playing this game a lot faster. I really wish we could toggle stuff off. I made a comment in Discord a couple of weeks ago about, like, it would be really nice if you could just go and visit somebody and be like, yes, I would just like to turn world quests off. Just for a bit. I just need to toggle them off for a minute so that I can do all the things that are not world quests. And I actually, these days, the map is so busy. And they've done a really good job with different types of icons and different, like, things. But it's like, the soiree icon is it's always there. It's just because you can go and do it at any time.
Yeah.
But you might want to go and do it again. You might want to go and do it again, EJ. You might want to go and do it again.
Yeah. I would have another party.
And it slightly annoys me that it's basically like there's no point now at which you can kind of clear the map. It used to be that you could, when World Quest first came out, it was possible to just sort of clear the map. So you could go round and you could do all the things that were on your map, and then there was nothing on your map. And you could be like, okay, great, well now I can go outside. But that never happens. Never happens these days. So yeah. I
think that would be a great quality of life moment. Absolutely. There must be 1 or 2 members of the Bronze Dragons that we could talk to who could sort this out for us.
Yeah.
Well, there's at least one there because there's one in the pub.
Yeah. exactly. They're all over the place.
So the one in the pub will do a campaign skip once. So once you've got a character to level 90, I actually did this yesterday or today. She will skip that character to the end of the initial campaign. Yeah. So you've still got all the extra bits open up, but she will skip you to the end of the initial bit. And it was very pleasing because I clicked on it and she's like, would you like me to sort this out for you? I'm like, yes, please. And all the things was like, ding, 2013 quests completed. And I'm like, blimey.
What?
Thanks. Yeah.
You don't realise how many there are until that.
That's how many quests there are in the if you do the initial campaign, it's 213, not
okay, 200. That sounds more like it. Okay, 200.
It feels like 2,000.
No, 213. Okay. And I was like, oh, well, that's very pleasing.
That's very effective.
So yes, I do think that a great quality of life thing would be a bronze dragon that you could get. Like, here's the bronze dragon if you want to turn your world quests off. Here's your bronze dragon if you want to turn events
or
off.
just some kind of bronze dragon that's like, here's a little tick list.
One dragon to do it all.
Yes, exactly. One very busy dragon who's like, it's okay, I control maps. That's my job. Yes. I'm in charge of maps. Here's my board where you can toggle on and off all of the things that you'd like on your map. And then I will do a very complicated incantation and your map will be as you'd like it.
Especially when you've done everything you want from that. So you've bought you've done an event, you've bought everything from that. I don't want to do that event anymore. Turn it off.
Yeah. 100%.
Because there's a chaise longue opposite where Soridormi is. So boot the blood elf off it, stick another bronze dragon on that one, and then you'll be like,
dragons to take over the pub.
Yeah, this way for campaign skip, this way for please turn things off because I've either A, don't want to do them, or B, I've finished doing them.
Yeah. Give them a exciting little
coming on.
Exciting little control
panel.
How
do you not know that blood elf on the other side isn't actually a bronze drake in disguise?
Oh yeah.
Because that blood elf, I think, changes. I don't think it's always the same blood elf. Yes. But there we go. Okay.
One thing Dragonflight taught me, there are dragons everywhere, you just don't know it.
That's also true.
For our final couple of pieces, Stilgar says, I've not actually read anything coming in the patch other than the event for Recolored T2. I've noticed in Dragonflight and the War Within that 0.5 and 0.7 patches rarely brought something I really liked, and I feel the quantity gets in the way of the quality. These events are almost always repetitive and grindy. I have yet to like the Voidstorm event, for example. Personally, I feel like I have plenty to do every week without the need to do even more. But I will reserve full judgment until I've seen the patch and gotten my Void Judgment set. Yeah, there's Recolored Tier 2.
I mean, this Void recolor, it's very me color branded, so I can certainly see. I mean, certainly my mages and my warlock, I shall get those. And who doesn't like a judgment recolor? Everyone loves a judgment recolor.
It's probably just as well because they give us one every 10 minutes.
True. Final submission. Thank you everybody who submitted, and just remember, if you want to submit to our topic each week, pop over to our Discord. Submissions by 7 o'clock UK time, please, so I've got time to add them to the show notes. Pastor Matt says, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is the weapon transmog changes. It looks weird walking around your house in your PJs and carrying your weapons.
Yeah.
Also, Void Assaults. I loved the Legion Assaults and hope these are similar. The prop hunting seems interesting, maybe. I haven't looked much into the ritual sites, but they could be cool, right? Yes. I'll try out the Abyss Angler. Not sure if it's my thing, though. No, unfortunately, they're not like the Legion Assaults. I think it's basically the same as the pre-patch event, so I'm sorry about that, Pastor Matt.
But not having to carry your weapons when you're in your PJs is extremely important.
It's going to be so good.
It's extremely important.
Because it's just always seemed really bizarre. Especially my characters who carry like a dagger and an offhand. They just run everywhere, holding both of them. And I'm just like,
Azeroth's a very dangerous place. Azeroth's a very dangerous place. You never know when you're going to get attacked.
But running with a pointy dagger in a crowded city.
Yeah, but that's okay, because you just run it into someone, and there'll be one less person that you need to worry about. That'll be fine.
The thing is, you push the sheath button to sheath the weapons, and literally 2 seconds later, no, I want my weapons out.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm constantly toggling it on and off, and I'm like, literally, I just put that away. So yes. So thank you, everybody. I think that overall everybody's like really already, but it might be all right.
Indeed. If you are enjoying the show, perhaps you could give us a like or post a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening. We're hoping to try and grow our audience a bit this year, so if you'd, we'd love it if you'd help us reach out to new people. We'd love for you to join our Discord channel at bit.ly/ggw-discord. This week you can enter the competition for the Alec. You can also watch our live show on Sundays at 8 PM London or midday Pacific at twitch.tv/silkyraven.
Well, you know, now normally I would introduce this bit, but I sort of feel there's somebody else who could introduce this bit now.
You're going to put him on the spot.
Previously on the Cassunda Chronicles, Tyrillith the Death Knight was telling the Ascended Watchers about the assault on the undead forces in Icecrown. The Cassunda Chronicles, Coldfront, Part 4. Greetings and salutations, my friends, 'tis I, Cassunda. I'm not going to go into some long-winded welcoming, because I don't know about you, but I'm rather intrigued to find out what happened next with our Death Knight fellows here. So, straight over to you. Thank you. Though I am not sure why you are broadcasting this tale to anyone I don't know. They are friends, they are intrigued, and just like myself, they are interested to know what happened next to you and your friends. I will take your word for it, only because you are trusted, and you are a member of the Watchers. A founder, I believe. That is correct, yes. Please, though, continue. You're just getting to quite a intense point. We pierced the defences of the cave. It was easy, precise, like a serrated knife piercing flesh. Oh, yeah, I will admit I grimaced at that one. He has quite a turn of phrase, this one, doesn't he? We fought down cave passages. Skeletons and zombies coming out of the very walls themselves, but we left behind a trail of bone dust and body parts. Until eventually we came to a large cave. There at the far end was a tall, gangly figure. Robes looking 3 times too big, but desperately trying to hold things together, waving their arms wildly. Undead coming out of the ground, out of the walls, and in the case of a few, out of the ceiling. But they all fell before our might. In the end, the figure let out a desperate cry and pulled something out of the ground. The biggest abomination I have ever seen. This proved to be a tough fight. I relish tough fights. But it did seem to get the upper hand at one point. As I led on the ground, it ready to bring its large, meaty paws down onto me, it suddenly shifted and lifted off the ground, struggling. I turned my head briefly to one side to see Spranak here, hand held up, causing the creature to lift in the air. Even our robed friend looked shocked. I could see an emaciated face under the hood now. A mixture of fear and rage. I quickly rolled out from under the abomination, pulling my blade up as I did, cutting it deep. I am glad I moved. I'd have been covered in stuff I wouldn't want to describe. But I didn't wait long. I was there at this figure's throat. The robe fell back to reveal an old, wizened human. Looked half dead, but still breathing. Around his neck was a symbol of necromancy. This fool thought he could turn the dead into an army. The dead already have an army. We're called the Death Knights. And before he could argue, I snapped his scrawny little neck so he couldn't do anything else. Quite the tale, sir. Quite a formidable tale, yes. Thank you. I'm glad we had this conversation downstairs and not with the children present. I would not scare the children with this tale. The Watchers are all about looking after children. It is what we do, is it not? As Death Knights, we did not get to see our children grow up. Some of us don't even know if we had children. Yes, very true, said Spanik. Some of us start to get our memories back after a while, though. Our previous lives. We can't exactly go up to our families and tell them who we are. So we watch from the distance, watching them make something of themselves, watching them become good people. You yourself have done very well. This organization, looking after children, it should be commended. I, for one, am very proud of you, my son.
What?
And that was just the look I was expecting, EJ.
What?
Not only you told me I wouldn't need tissues, and you made me sad for Death Knights.
What?
And then I dropped the bombshell.
Oh my goodness.
And then you dropped a bombshell. I was already like, he promised I didn't need tissues.
Oh,
I never thought I was going to feel sad for Death Knights. Oh my goodness. Blimey.
Even ones that have a very unique phraseology when it comes to warfare.
Well, indeed. Blimey. Well,
on that note...
While I dab my eyes, I'm going to ask Raven to tell... No, you know me. You know me. I can't.
Oh dear.
Raven, how was your week in WoW, my love?
Hello. It was... Gosh, yeah, that's derailed the show. Yes, I have played some World of Warcraft this week, which is good, isn't it? Because I do a podcast about it. So I've done all the normal endgame things, which until this week were the normal endgame things that one needed to do before more endgame things get added on. So I did do the Stormarian Assault. I did it on Wednesday, where it was a lot easier because there were other people who were also doing it.
That might... Okay. It's good to know that there are still people out there doing it.
Yeah. There were quite a few of us actually. Like a Wednesday night. Obviously, reset is Wednesday in the EU. Wednesday night, you can get into most things without worrying about it too much. So I did do that, and I did an abundance, and I did a party. and I did a legendary tale thing.
Yes.
So yeah, I've done all of those things. I've done some delves. I've not done any prey this week. I don't know. I'm not feeling it with the prey. We'll talk about prey at some point later on. On Thursday, which I this week, I could not work out what day of the week it was, basically at any point. I don't quite know why. I spent several hours on Wednesday morning convinced it was Thursday. Very confidently said to our third witch that I'd had a terrible start to a Thursday, to which she was like, yes, I've also had a bad start to the day. By the way, it's Wednesday. And I was like, oh, really? So, yes, I managed to work out when Thursday actually was, however, and we went and we did some raiding, which was nice. We went to the Void Spire, and we started a new run, and we got another boss down. Woohoo! Two bosses, technically two bosses. And you know, it was two bosses, wasn't it? Technically four. Yeah.
We did the first three again.
We killed a lot of people.
The next two.
Yeah, we killed the dragons, the purple dragons. Sorry, the cat's being very irritating. There we go.
I'd like to point out, you killed the dragons. I spent most of the pools dead on the floor watching
the
fight.
It was. Confused. I mean, I couldn't risk a battle res, unfortunately, because the tanks kept dying. Oh God, sorry, I was trying to focus the camera on the cat. The tanks kept dying. Yeah, the dragons. What?
There has not been a fight where I have had so much problems with camera placement.
Yeah.
Like, every angle was the wrong angle because there was a bit of dragon in the way.
Yeah. Literally
there
impossible.
There was lots of bits of dragon.
Literally impossible to see anything, work out anything. And every time I thought I'd got one corner of the fight sorted, somebody would be like, "Oh, by the way, there's now like 11.5% between the health of the dragons." And you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah," because I'd forgotten about the dragons who died at the same fucking time. So it's like either I can concentrate on what health the dragons have, or I can try and call out some of the mechanics, or I can, I don't know, do some fucking healing, given that I'm supposed to be fucking healing. Yeah, it was a bit of a night. It was just like, oh my God. So, yeah, we spent most of the night on the dragons, and then they somehow died?
I don't know. We evoked some sort of eldritch power.
I don't know, I was more surprised the dragons or us when they died.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, oh, it's over now. That's nice. Yeah, wild.
I battle-resed people. I was so confused by that. I was like, oh, I can do that now as a warlock, can't I? So I brought people up a few times. It was very exciting.
Yes. Yeah, it was a bit wild. And then we killed some then there were some paladins, and they were our friends for a little bit, and then they were not our friends, and we had to kill them too. So there was 3 of them, I think.
So in theory, we killed 5 more bosses.
Yeah, we killed like 5 people. Yeah, they were also a little bit confusing, although slightly. Well, they weren't as pointy, but they were quite confusing still.
I mean,
so yeah,
the thing about them is they were doing paladin things, weren't they? So
yeah, that's true. They were like flinging shields around and stuff. Like it was just like yeah. And they also needed to die at the same time, and yeah, it was pretty full on. So. Good night's raiding on Thursday. Very much enjoyed it. Thank you very much for everybody who came. We will do some more of that next week. Then on Friday, a few of us went and did a bit of Mythic Plus, which was good fun. So we started with a sort of we started with a Windrunner Spire +5, which we just missed timing. But not by much. We didn't. We just had some problems with the mechanics on the last boss. Like none of us had really been there for ages, so it took us a while to work out actually what the mechanics were. There's a hoofy up in the air thing. The heart. You have to do like a hoofy up in the air thing, but you have to hoof up in the air at the right time, crucially. Yes. And it took us there was a few things. It just took us a little bit to work out what was going on. So we missed the timer, but not by much. Then somebody had a Seated with a Triumvirate 8, And we were like, yeah, why not? Within about 45 seconds, we were like, oh, yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, we see why not. We persevered for, I don't know, 5 minutes. Didn't get anywhere beyond the first, like, 3 packs of mobs. And then we were like, oh. And somebody was like, I've got this on a 3. And it was like, yeah, let's do it on a 3. Let's do it on 3.
I go just, this will be easy. And try and go and hold my beer.
Yeah, just do it on a 3. So we did it on a 3, and then we had a 4. Pit of Sauron. Not been there for a long time.
Yeah, they've changed, like they've added some more trash and changed things up a little bit.
A little bit, but
not much.
Not much. Quite enjoyed it. Thought it was alright. I felt a bit nostalgic because that end of Lich King was quite a good time to be in the game. So it was a bit of a sort of nostalgic treat, although it's now Mythic Plus Dungeons, so if we do the whole season, we'll be in there all the fucking time. But
then you'll be like, no more, thank you.
Yeah. And then I think the others did some more last night, but I was singing in a concert, so I couldn't I could not join in, sadly. But yeah, it's good to do some raiding, good to do some Mythic Plus, really enjoyed it. It's been, I'm feeling reasonably on top of things and reasonably accomplished, but I'd like to spend more time doing video games and less time working, which is not a thing that's going to happen this week, unfortunately. How about yourself?
Well, raiding was great fun. I don't think I've been quite as excited as killing a boss as when those dragons went down. Like, I was excited we killed the paladins. But yeah, when we killed those dragons, I was like, oh, thank fuck for that.
Yeah,
and also, how did that happen? And, oh, God. I thought I liked purple things. I've slightly gone off purple things.
Not these purple things, no.
Yeah.
That was the best bit. Which one is it? The light purple or the dark purple?
I know. And then, like, you're like, okay, one's on the floor and then one's in the air, so you can tell them that way around. And then they both fucking land. Like, oh, God, really?
And that bit where, for some reason, they're together.
Oh, God, yeah. Then if you can't tank them apart, they sort of merge in a really unfortunate kind of a way. I was like, oh, God, this is really unsettling.
A bit unnecessary.
Yeah, a bit unnecessary. I don't need dragons inside each other like that. Thank you very much.
No. So yeah, apart from that, I have I sort of feel like I'm on top of like my weekly rotations of doing things. Unfortunately, I've had 2 of my characters this week for the first time already had to take the coins out of the vault because their choice. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed about that. But I've made a big effort this week. So everybody this week is going to do some delves because the delves was one of the weekly quests. So I'm like, right, I'm going to get everybody 2 good choices hopefully for next week. I'm on top of doing like my nightmare praise. I had one of the mounts drop off the rares in Harrendar, so I've got a big multicolored birdie thing, which is really pretty. I was really pleased about that. So my murdering of rares continues, and I like the fact that if I'm out on either of my warlocks, they can just solo any of the rares. So if somebody else turns up, fine, like for the big ones, but if not, it's just going to take me a little bit longer, but that's okay.
Nice.
I have to say, I don't really mind it, but a little bit when those big ones, when I've like burnt them all the way down and they've got about like 100k left on them and somebody arrives at that point and pews, I'll be like, I don't really mean it, but a little bit of me is just like, I killed this. Wait for it to come back up. It'll be back up in 20 minutes. I did all the work on this.
Yeah, comes in, shoots it once, and goes, I killed it for you, and then runs off. Yeah.
And I'm like, fine, I'm glad I could help. Thank you. No, it's fine. It's fine. It just happened quite a lot when I was killing things this time, and I was just like, I feel like I'm being followed. Yes, I got my 5th. I got my Harrendar Hunter up to 90. So that's 5 90s now.
5,
which means,
that's loads.
Yes. Yeah, and this one, I've been leveling her slowly each week. After she got to 80, I've been leveling her slowly with just herbalism, and world quests, because I'm like, I don't want to do the campaign again. I've done the side quests a couple of
fair
times.
enough.
I don't. And then the last couple of levels were just taking forever, and it got to some point. It got to like I was probably an hour away if I kept on herbing, and I was like, I'm so over this. So I took her into a delve, and I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? Because delves will get you gear, and also as you walk into a delve, they'll quite often give you the
to give you all
do
sorts
the
of shit.
delve for the first time quest, so that
yeah.
gives you like 100k XP, and I'm like, oh, foolish lady. So the next thing I level, I shall stick delves in on the rotation.
And we've got time walking coming back soon. I think it's next week, Pandaria.
Yeah.
That'll be another good way to level up.
Lovely. So yes, it's really nice to see that the endeavours on both the EU and the North American housing neighbourhoods are getting close to completion, which is lovely. So on both of those, I went round and did some dailies to try and add to the bar. So we've got the Grummels in North America, and we've got the Drakthir in EU. Yep. I think it is. I like the fact that the Drakthir have got little quests. They ask you to do quests in the neighbourhood, and I really like that.
Yeah.
That really makes the whole place feel a little bit more alive, and I really appreciated that. And I completely I used up the whole of my exterior housing. Need more exterior housing budget.
Yes, please.
So my EU house has finally got an exterior on it. I made a really exciting under-house waterfall with which was great, and then I suddenly realized I'm like, I've got no more budget. Because like boulders and rocks, they're great for making waterfalls, but they eat into your budget so quickly.
That's so annoying.
So I need more budget, Blizz. And I've gone really sort of night elf Harandir on my North American one, and I'm really pleased with how that one looks. And what I really appreciated, was it this week? It was this week. Was it this week? Was it this week where the housing weekly was to go and visit other people's houses, or was that
last week?
Last week. I really enjoyed that one because I just kept joining groups and going and looking around other people's houses, and I got to see lots of lovely different ideas in different people's houses. And I hope that quest comes back frequently because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Rose and I ended up joining a group, and the guy was sat there talking to you as you walked round, or if you've gone through that wall yet, because there's a secret there. And he was so proud of the house he'd done that he was just telling everyone all these different routes around it. It was great.
That's lovely. And sometimes sometimes when I'm like looking through, if I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? I'll look through the custom group finder, and you'll quite often see somebody with like a come and look at my house, and you can just go and have a look around the house, and I love that is happening. I think it's I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, good stuff. I'm sort of I am at the point where some new stuff would give me something else to do, because there are things, like I said, I'm not doing the Stormarian thing because I just can't be asked. And I sort of think this is going to be weird, but I sort of currently, now we know this is subject to change and we know how I have flights of fancy, but currently I'm not really feeling the leveling of alts at the moment. I know I've done 5, but for me that's not a lot. Not when I've got one of every race, that's not a lot. But I could probably actually be quite content just playing on my warlocks, so my North American one and my EU one.
Okay.
And that would probably be all right for me right now.
Oh.
Like, I'm just...
Interesting.
Shadow Priests aren't playing... They're not playing the way they were in The War Within, and she feels very, very squishy compared to how she did previously.
Okay.
The mages are fine. I've got 2 mages. I've got a Horde and Alliance mage. They're fine. I roll them out to do stuff. One of them at least one of them, I haven't even enabled the damage meter. And I'm just enjoying not having a damage meter. It's great.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll be like, what's missing from my screen? And I'm like, oh, I haven't enabled the damage meter. Off I go, and I've not been kicked out of any groups. I know that Frost Mages are in a good place. She feels like she's doing a decent amount of stuff. Really enjoying not having a damage meter. Love it. Would quite happily never see another damage meter again, quite frankly. So yeah, it's a slightly weird place for me to be in, but I'm sort of all right about it, because normally I finish leveling something, my brain's like, okay, who's next to level, and I'm just like, but that's all good. That's all good. Like, how we want to game and what we want to do changes, and this is what I'm rocking with at the moment. Bayneeon, what's your week in gaming been like?
I managed to get my third character to level 90, which is unusual, because normally, I think by this point in War Within, I had 7 or 8 characters at max level. But this time, whether there's so much to do, I don't know. But it seems to have slowed, my leveling progress has slowed down. The main ones I'm focusing is I've got a character for each profession. 3 of them are maxed out, and the others, like yourself, gathering, doing the first crafting bonuses, a few world quests. But I'm not rushing it. Even though as I alluded to earlier, I like to have one of each each class max level so I can get the transmog sorted out. It's actually not feeling as a rush now. I don't need to do that. I never did it before the catalyst came in, because I just go back to old content later and farm the stuff. So there's no real way. So I'm just taking my time. There's stuff to do. Having done shouting at me continually. By the way, there are add-ons you can turn him off to stop him shouting at you continually. But yeah, apart from that, I'm just taking my time. Again, not touching Stormarian. I've normally done my 4 for the week by that point and got my 2 things set up. So it's like, yep, I'll go and do that at some point and then forget.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But praise coming in useful to get the slots. Do a nightmare that gives you the equivalent of that gives you a hero in the vault for nightmare difficulty. Plus, Rose and I are easily doing 8s now. Though it would be nice if they maybe gave you some higher rewards, because after 8 it's just the same reward for everything. So if you're doing 10s, maybe give you a hero 2
but you get
a hero 1 or something.
Don't you? You get the crests.
You get crests.
You get the crest, but that's the only real change you're getting extra in the higher level difficulties. So maybe try to give you a slightly higher drop, hero 2 or hero 3 or something in the vault instead of just hero 1s. But as I said, we're just coming up to week 6, and my main, I've got 1 piece of veteran 6 of 6 gear. The rest of it is either champion or hero. So, if the chest piece drops in the raid, I will be fighting people for it, because that's the only one I need to put into champion difficulty. So, but I'm just taking my time and enjoying things. I'm not rushing through the game like I've done before, because I must have 1 of each class. I must have all my professions leveled up. I'm just taking it easy, and if I'm feeling burnt out, I'll go and play something else for a little while.
Nice.
So
good. That all sounds like a very positive plan that's going on there. How about the rest of you? What has the lovely Salmus been up to this week?
Hello, Raven and DJ. This is Salmus, the alchemical rogue, reporting in for my week in WoW. Friends and family ran 2 delves to help unlock higher tiers for guild members. Ritual Healing took our first steps into the Void Spire raid on normal difficulty. We managed to take down Dominar Tic Tac No, Void Godzilla, and the Fallen King Salad Bar. We felt pretty accomplished. We also ran a Sky Reach +2 key and pushed it to a 3. I'm slowly working on advancing alchemy on Salmus and tailoring on Erath. I'm using Erath, my Blood Elf warlock, to explore all the local stories of the Voidstorm. I think that zone is starting to grow on me. Thank you all. Salmus out, Salmus out, Salmus out.
The Queen of Murlocs has finished the campaign and unlocked delves, and she's taken longer to level as she's become obsessed with housing. She's built a bar and grill, an office, a bathroom, bedroom, and is currently working on a Murloc aquarium with guest rooms behind it. She's also built secret doors and traps, and there are Murlocs everywhere. Now to actually level her char to level 90.
Cheryl and Team Rexual Healing and friends got 3 bosses down, as we just heard. Mythic Plus has started with their 5th or 6th Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough is going swimmingly whilst romancing Minthara. I did that. Then I broke her neck.
Yes.
And if that's what you do with some of your romancing, blooming hell.
It's a darker edge run through. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's Minthara. Queen Smedry got a friend into WoW. Mwahaha. Well done, Queen Smedry. Well done.
Yeah, 15 years time you might be on a podcast with the person you got into World of Warcraft. Marie has started on level 4 delves, so bountiful rewards are unlocked. She's still working through the post-90 story, and she's created a Haranir druid, which she needs to take through her starting experience. She's also dinged Lore Master of Midnight. Grats.
Graphis has had a great week, starting with the Misfits raiding team downing a Bellaran, and then the GGW team having a great run with just Alaria to go. Mythic Plus hit a wall with a +8, but 3 others were completed, including a +5 in Winder and Aspire on Friday, and a +4 Terrace, and a +6 Skyreach on Saturday, with Mealy's excellent tanking. They are still getting used to healing Mythic Plus, but they think it went well both nights.
It was excellent.
Very, very
it was
good.
Excellent. Ams completed the Secret Finder's 12th Orb and got the Transmog in WoW. He played some Pocopia, and with a change in plans, he will now have some unplanned game time over the next few days. Amazing.
I love it when plans change. It's like, I have to do a different thing. Okay. Me. Stilgar had a simple week, some delves, some raiding, Mythic Plus with GGW, and then managing to complete a Nullius on .. on his Shaman. Going heals with damage Valera made it quite doable. He's also managed to finish the season for delves. Good stuff.
Amazing. Pastomat has been hitting the overtime as one of their colleagues broke their collarbone. Oh no!
Ouch.
This meant less gaming time, so they've hardly been able to get enough delves done for 2 slots in the vault on 2 chars. Oh, I feel I obviously nobody's broken their collarbone, but I feel you with the overworking, for sure.
Absolutely. And finally, I'm going to cough at you before I tell you that Corin Wolf says it's amazing. And he thought the GGW team would spend a whole night on the dragons, but instead we killed them, and then the paladins too. Utterly awesome. Yes,
we had a good night. Sorry,
the collarbone is the most commonly broken bone in the human body. Oh, interesting.
Well, it's interesting because not all animals have collarbones.
No, that's very
true.
Dogs
don't have them. Horses don't have them either.
Pause for thought there. Anyway, I've realised that I'm doing the wrap up, and I should be thinking about bones,
yes.
so I'll go back onto the wrap up.
Don't think about thoracic slings and collarbones and stuff like.
Sorry. All of a sudden I started thinking about anatomy and physiology, and I'm like, no, you're in the middle of something, EJ. Okay, so if you want to get in touch with us about anything,
what
really,
ADHD?
The best place to find us is on Discord at bit.ly/ddw-discord. We'd also love it if you would drop us a follow over on Blue Sky at GGW Show, or subscribe on YouTube at GGW Show. Remember, if you enjoyed the show, please drop a like, follow, or a little review on the platform of choice to help other people find us too.
Next week, we're going to be discussing Harandar. How was it for you? It's time to talk about our new friends, the Haranir, and the stories we followed about in their home area. I think Marie is joining us next week.
Yes, indeed. Yes, we're getting all of our quarterly guests in a row.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening to us each and every week. Thank you for your submissions. Stay safe, and we'll see you in 7 days.
Can I just quickly, just before everyone goes though, a little announcement that wasn't made.
True. Sorry.
The Cassunda Chronicles. There have been people asking in the Discord questions about it. So Raven and EJ approached me. And if you look under podcast stuff in the Discord, you will now find a new little section, which is a little wiki I'm setting up with regards to the various characters and situations from the Chronicles. It's a work in progress, but hopefully it'll answer some questions. If not, please reach out to me, and I'll tell you as best I can that Cassunda has told me so far. He's probably kept secrets from me at some point.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, Bayneeon. Sorry, I forgot to put myself a note to remind me to do that, so thank you for reminding me. With that, thank you for listening each and every week, and we will be back in 7 days. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Good night, everybody.